The SpongeBob movie Sponge on the Run, the Junior Novelization. Chapter 11. Not long after King Poseidon's call for a new snail, Plankton walked down the street in Bikini Bottom, mumbling to himself, "Pfft, Karen, what an ingrat. Auto schmotto, I'll show you who's cute. Run them through with the can opener. Zing! How would you like that, robot punk?" He noticed a royal page posting something on a pole. Then the page jumped into a seahorse-drawn carriage and sped away. "What's this?" Plankton said. He hurried over to the pole and started reading. "A royal decree from King Poseidon. To all citizens of the sea, the king requires a snail at once. Blah blah blah. Skin care. Blah blah blah. A boon is offered. Poseidon. What a pramadrana." Plankton started to walk away, but then something occurred to him. He turned around, hurried back to the decree, and ripped it off the pole. "Wait a minute. A snail? No, it's too perfect! Too diabolical! Ha 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 ha!" He laughed maniacally. SpongeBob walked in the front door of his house. "Gary, I'm home!" Gary was usually right by the front door to greet him, but now he was nowhere to be seen. SpongeBob looked around for his beloved pet snail. "Gare Bear? Hey, where are you, buddy?" He searched the living room. No Gary. "Gary?" he called again. SpongeBob reached into Gary's carpeted multi-level sleeping space. There was nothing inside but snail sludge. "Gary? You must be in the..." He pulled the cover off Gary's litter box. Snailless. "Nope." He opened a cabinet. Nothing. "Gary?" SpongeBob frantically searched every inch of his pineapple house. "Gary! Gary! 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 Where's Gary? Gary!" In the art room, Squidward had set up his easel and was painting another self-portrait. This one showed him a self-portrait. He stopped painting for a moment and studied the picture carefully, considering his next brushstroke. He walked all around the easel thinking. SpongeBob suddenly popped up outside his window. "Squidward!" he yelled. "Gary's missing!" "Gah!" Squidward cried, startled. He pushed his head through his painting. Then he pulled it out and pointed to the big hole where the picture of his face used to be. "SpongeBob, look what you did! Go away!" SpongeBob's eyes welled up with tears. "Oh, I'm sorry, Squidward. That really is some of your best work." Inside her tree dome, Sandy was working on her garden when she heard SpongeBob knock on the glass. Bonk, 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 bonk. "Sandy!" he called. "Sandy! Yo, Sandy! Sandy!" "Grab a shovel, SpongeBob," Sandy called back. "It's planting season for tubers. You've got your beets and your taters and your carrots." SpongeBob ran in through the tree dome's airlock quickly, donning a water helmet. "Sandy, have you seen Gary?" "Nope," Sandy said. "Besides, I wouldn't want to see a snail in my vegetable garden, although technically Gary's a sea snail, so it might be okay." "Sandy, this is urgent!" SpongeBob explained. "Gotcha," Sandy said. "It's just, I'm a little busy. Can we do this later?" "Oh," SpongeBob said. "Sure." "And don't worry about Gary," she reassured him. "I'm sure he'll turn up." She grabbed a turnip and held it out. "Turn up? Get it?" But SpongeBob was already gone, intent on continuing his search for Gary. Sandy looked concerned for a moment, then turned back to her garden. In his office, Mr. Krabs was enjoying watching the money-counting machine flip through bills on his desk. Whirr! "Now that's the kind of robot I can get behind, one that counts money," he said, chuckling. SpongeBob ran in out of breath. "Mr. Krabs, have you seen Gary? But Mr. Krabs cut him off. "Not now, SpongeBob. I'm in the middle of fanning the flames of me insatiable of race. Go, baby, go, baby, go, go, go!" SpongeBob's lower lip quivered. SpongeBob searched for Gary everywhere he could think of. He shinnied up a palm tree and looked through its fronds. He peered through his binoculars. He checked jellyfish fields. He even dug through the sand at Muscle Beach. No Gary. As he searched, SpongeBob remembered lots of good times with Gary. Taking a bubble bath, eating at a restaurant, watching the sunset, opening presents on Christmas morning. Would he ever get to do those fun things with his pet snail again? While SpongeBob was searching all over Bikini Bottom, a carriage arrived at King Poseidon's palace. Royal pages rushed Gary inside, delivering him to Chancellor, who placed the snail in a jeweled case and hurried him into the king's dressing chamber. Gary looked up and saw Poseidon's face looming over his. "Hello, precious miracle of youth," the king said. "Meow," Gary answered uncertainly. Patrick opened the front door to SpongeBob's house and stepped in. "Hey, SpongeBob, I looked high and low for Gary and I found a sock." He held up an old sock. Behind him, a voice said, "Gimme that." A fish wearing only one sock entered the house and snatched the sock out of Patrick's hand. As he turned and left, he growled, "Who takes a sock?" Patrick looked around for SpongeBob. He spotted him lying flat on the floor, surrounded by Gary's squeaky toys, staring up at the ceiling with his eyes full of tears. "SpongeBob?" Patrick asked, worried about his friend. Stay tuned for Chapter 12 coming up soon.